Let's talk about some of the pitfalls in integrating the HR plan into the overall organizational strategic plan. First off, ownership. If no one has ownership of a plan and there's no input or responsibility assigned for that plan, you're going to have a problem. Second one, empowerment. If you do not give people the power and the authority to make the changes that are needed to be made so that the goals and the objectives of the larger organization are in concert with the HR goals and objectives, that's not going to work. So you have to give a person the power. You have to empower them to do the job and also to give them the tools to do the job. Another reason a plan may fall and fail to be integrated is because of the budget. There wasn't enough resources allocated to the HR department to carry out what it needed to do to meet the goals and objectives of the overall organization and in particular their department. The plan itself, the HR plan, didn't meet the strategies for the goals and objectives of the organization. So that's a pitfall, obviously, because it's not helping. It's not matching the vision of where the organization sees where it's going and the goals and the objectives that were set to get to that location. So the plans do need to match. Lack of knowledge. Maybe a person didn't have the knowledge to help implement and integrate the plan into the overall organization. Again, that I believe falls on leadership and the fact that the leader may not have been developed with regard to their skills enough to know how to utilize change theory and implement a project. Accountability. If no one is assigned accountability, you're not going to integrate anything into any place. So accountability is really important. Communication, we discussed this. We're beating a dead horse, so to speak. If you don't have good communication pieces in place, a plan can definitely have a problem with regard to being integrated into the overall larger picture. The plan may be just too overwhelming, maybe too many pieces that are unaccomplishable in the period of time. So that can sometimes cause a plan to fail because people just can't do it, can't do the work. So you really need to look at prioritizing, looking at those goals and how you're going to achieve what the organization needs and preserve and not overwhelm your people. If the goals and the objectives are not specific and measurable, that can cause problems. Obviously, if people don't know the exact response, the exact task, and when that task is due, then they're going to have a hard time. The plan maybe wasn't useful. Maybe everything that the HR department designed for the plan for goals and objectives was not useful and not achievable. So, again, you're not going to be able to integrate it. And last but not least is buy-in. You always have to have the staff and their people that you're working with buy into where you're going and where you're headed. So, really important. So, those are some of strategic planning pitfalls. Now, it may be in relationship to just the organizational strategy plan or the HR strategy plan, as well as the implementation of the two together. So these pitfalls are very common and can be utilized and interchanged. Thank you.